Yeah, good morning guys. Good morning to one and all. And now we are moving ahead to the next article जिसका नाम है हमारे article number 23, right? So I hope I am looking good and this county cap. So I have tried something new now. So आज हम लोग वापस से कुछ अच्छे से enthusiasm से पढ़ेंगे, right? So we'll cover today the topic of right against exploitation, right? It is a main article which you need to understand, article number 23, 24 and till 29, 30 तक भी हम लोग आज कवर करने वाले हैं, ठीक है ना? तो सामने स्क्रीन पर आप देखेंगे कल हम लोग कहाँ तक थे और वो हम लोग वहाँ से आगे का पढ़ना शुरू करेंगे, ठीक है ना? लेट मी कनेक्ट टू माई लैपटॉप फर्स्ट. या तब तक एक बार सब लोग आ जाएं. या आई होप सब लोग आ चुके होंगे. गुड मॉर्निंग गाइस. गुड मॉर्निंग ओम, ईशा अग्रवाल, इल्हान, जतिन आहूजा, हेतवी. गुड मॉर्निंग गाइस, गुड मॉर्निंग. चलिए शुरू करें. राइट, सो वी आर सपोज टू डिस्कस टुडे विद द राइट ऑफ एक्सप्लोइटेशन. अच्छा, व्हाट विल डू इज once before moving ahead we will revise whatever we have studied till now, right? So first of all, article number, if you remember, we have started with article 12, right? Article 12 we started, then 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then I'll write everything and then I'll give it to you for writing, right? Article 12, if you remember, that was a concept of state, right? I hope you remember article number 12. It was state, and state is something जिसके खिलाफ क्या होता है, हमेशा फंडामेंटल राइट्स हमेशा यूज होते हैं. तो दैट इज आर्टिकल नंबर 12. देन आर्टिकल नंबर 13 क्या था, आपको याद होगा, ठीक है? जस्टिफाइबिलिटी. What is justifiability? याद है आपको? Anyone can tell me what was the topic which we covered in that? I told you that is it justifiable to use the old before constitutional fundamental rights? The answer was yes. All those fundamental rights which were good before Indian independence, आज़ादी के पहले 1947 के पहले जो अंग्रेजों ने बनाए थे, है ना, those things which has been made by Britishers in 1958 to 1947, all those fundamental right were good if they are good with the Indian law, but there are some things which are not good and then उसको क्या किया गया, बाद में modify किया गया. So that is called as justifiability. Then article 14 to 18 was basically concept of equality, in which we have discussed about the equality before law, and आपको याद होगा equal protection of law, right? Then 15 was discrimination. This is for employment, but both were commonly for what? For religion, race, caste, sex and place of birth, right? If you remember this. Then untouchability we discussed, untouchability, and this was titles, and both were what? Abolished. So this is how we did a quick revision of whatever we have covered till now in the articles. And also yesterday we have covered article number 19, and 21, and also 21A. If you ask, sir, what about 20? Yes, 20 is there, 22 is there, but in your syllabus of CSET it is not given. Otherwise 20 is also there, 22 is also there, right? 20 is basically the ex post facto laws, those laws, but then I'm not going through that because you will get more confused because it is not in your syllabus, right? So what was 19? 19, if you remember, that was freedom of, you remember, 6 things. Can we revise quickly 6 things? Yes, sir. First thing is freedom of speech, freedom of expression, first thing. Then second one was freedom to basically assemble anywhere in the territory of India, assemble peacefully without arms. Third one was to form the association, unions. I hope you remember the examples of yesterday. You can make association, you can form trade unions, groups like this. Fourth and fifth was you can move anywhere in the territory of India, and fifth was you can stay anywhere in the territory of India. And sixth one was you can practice any profession, any trade, any occupation But I told you yesterday also, all the 6 rights has some reasonable restriction. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए that people use these rights to say anything. You have expression, yes, you can express your points, but not anything. Point number 2, you can assemble, but you should assemble peacefully. If you assemble to hit someone, to do some wrong activities, wrong. And you can form associations, I told you, but if you want to go for Laden fan club, Dawood Ibrahim fan club like this, not allowed, right? Chautha, can you move anywhere in the territory of India? Yes, sir, but we have exceptions. I told you yesterday example of Corona. You can have example of Amarnath. Now the moment I said Amarnath Yatra, can anyone tell me, sir, why I am using the word Amarnath Yatra? Why I am using the word Amarnath Yatra? And also one more example, Air Force. Air Force. In every city, wherever you stay, there is a area called as Vayu Sena Nagar, या फिर Air Force area. Every city, wherever you stay. I stay in Nagpur, you may be staying in Gujarat, maybe Mumbai, maybe Hyderabad, maybe Delhi, whatever. There is a concept called as Air Force area. And second one example I gave you is the Amarnath Yatra. Can anyone give me the example, logic, why I took these 2 examples? In what? In point number 4, move anywhere in the territory of India. Move anywhere in the territory of India. Yeah. Can I see anyone replying me in this topic? No? No one reply? Okay, I don't know what happened to anyone. No one is basically replying me. Okay, so this Amarnath Yatra, if you remember, it is in the north, right? And अमरनाथ की गुफाएं होती है, पहाड़ों से जाना पड़ता है, बर्फीली एरिया होता है. And because of that, no. Hetvi is saying Amarnath is a religious place and devotees are going, so it's kept. No. Can you go 12 months to Amarnath Yatra? And says no. It is only opened in June end and maximum July, August first week. That's it. It is open only 2 months in a year, because rest of the time it is surrounded by the snow. No one is able to reach there. But if you say so, no sir, it's my fundamental right, I can move anywhere in the territory. No. You can't move anywhere in the territory. You have some restrictions, you have some exceptions. You are not allowed to go to Amarnath Yatra between June. So you can go between June to August, but after August till June you can't go. And everyone knows about the Air Force example which I took. What is the example of Air Force in this topic? Air Force is a very beautiful example in this, because every city has an Air Force area, and you have seen that there is a gate which they make in the front of the area, and they never allow the normal citizens to inside the area, because it's a secret area. They have so much hidden things which are been kept with them, and no one is allowed to enter any time inside the Air Force area. So this is also kept as what? As a secret area. So can you go and enter into Air Force area? Can you say, sir, it's my fundamental right, I can move anywhere in the territory of India? No sir. So there are so many examples which will restrict you to move anywhere in the territory of India, right? And yesterday I gave the example of Corona and all, right? So all this example yesterday covered, and then I told you the example of 21, life and liberty. I hope you remember the example of life and liberty, Aruna Shanbag. And there are many examples which proves that everyone has a right to live. No one can take your life. No one can restrict you. You have a personal liberty. Right? So this is what is the beauty of this topic, life and liberty. And no one can restrict your liberty. There was a case of Satwant Singh. I'll cover that example also. Like Satwant Singh Sawhney versus APO, Assistant Passport Officer. I want you to kindly focus on this case. In Satwant Singh Sawhney versus APO, Assistant Passport Officer. This was a case of passport. The case is of New Delhi, AIR 1961, Supreme Court ka case hai. What happened is, right to travel is included within the expression of personal liberty. When I am saying personal liberty, then it means you have a right to travel. You can book a ticket from Delhi to Mumbai, Mumbai to Kanpur, Kanpur to Nagpur, Nagpur to Chennai. You can move anywhere in the territory of India, you have a right. But if you want to go from Mumbai to Abu Dhabi or Mumbai to New Zealand, listen to me carefully. If you want to go from Mumbai to Dubai, Mumbai to New York, Mumbai to let's say Australia or New Zealand, is it your fundamental right? Tell me first of all, yes or no. My first question was, can you travel from Mumbai to Delhi? Can anyone stop you? Don't say now Corona wala. Corona wala example is okay, वो हमने पढ़ लिया. But otherwise Corona अगर नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है, can you travel from Mumbai to Delhi or Delhi to Kanpur or Kanpur to Nagpur? Is it your fundamental right? Article 21. Can you travel? Can you book a train ticket? Can you book a flight ticket? And should you allow to move from Delhi to all this thing? So if I talk about India, yes, you can travel anywhere, anytime. No one will stop you. But if I talk about US or Dubai or whatever, then the problem is that no one will be deprived from right वगैरह वगैरह, but except according to the procedure established by the law. What does it mean? It means you need to have a visa. Before visa, you need to have a passport. So now, since a passport is an essential right, essential thing, to enjoy that right, the denial of a passport amount to deprivation of a personal liberty. Denial of a passport. So what happened in this case of example? I hope you can remember what is the case of Satwant Singh. Satwant Singh was who? He was the person who filed a case against whom? Assistant passport officer. So what passport officer did? What do you think? क्या किया होगा passport officer ने? Passport officer ने क्या किया होगा? What passport officer did is he rejected the application of Satwant Singh and he rejected the concept of what? The passport. So he denied passport to Satwant Singh, right? And accordingly, Satwant Singh filed a case. Which case? Fundamental right. Can you file a case against assistant passport officer? Yes, sir. Because passport officer, yeah, passport office will it come under state? Passport office? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So can you file a case against passport officer? Yes, sir. You can file a case against passport officer. And the same thing which happened in the case. He filed a case, and in the absence of any procedure prescribed by the law of land, its refusal to amount and authorized deprivation is an example of personal liberty. So if anyone want to travel from Nagpur to Mumbai or Mumbai to Delhi and you are asking passport, it is must. Wrong. It's a violation of fundamental right. What I'm trying to say, if you want to travel from Nagpur to Mumbai or Mumbai to Delhi, Mumbai to Kolkata, Kolkata to Chennai, if you want to travel anywhere within territory of India, and if they ask you passport and visa, it means they are denying your personal liberty. I hope it is very much clear. But if you want to travel from Mumbai to Dubai and you say, sir, it's my personal right, it's my personal liberty, then the line will come except according to the procedure established, and you need to follow the procedure. And that day also I told you, there are some countries when you reach there, you need to have a visa on arrival. I hope you know about this. Visa on arrival. So when you reach to, let's say, Thailand or Maldives or Sri Lanka, or let's say there are some countries, right, Dubai, when you reach there, you can go for the immigration and you can take the visa there also. You need to pay the visa fees there only and you can take the visa. But if you want to go to US, I told you in the beginning class also, if you want to go to US, if you want to go to New Zealand, Australia, you need to apply for the visa. And maybe you need to apply for more than 6 months before, like this. So there are the procedures which you need to follow, and if you do not take the visa, if you do not get the visa, the best example is if you want to go to Pakistan. Now, very beautiful example of that, Bajrangi Bhaijaan movie, if you have seen that initial clip of the movie. सबको मालूम है वो movie Bajrangi Bhaijaan. उस movie का starting का scene याद करिए आप. That mother and the daughter, they went to India for some religious purpose, and जब वापस आते हैं तो वो लड़की ट्रेन से उतर जाती है. And the train goes to Pakistan territory. And now, the moment the train enters Pakistan territory, the mother recalls that she is missing with her daughter and all. फिर वो रोकती है, बहुत चिल्लाती है, रोती है, गिड़गिड़ाती है, सब कुछ है. बट क्या वो अलाउ करते जाने के लिए? नहीं. क्या उसका फंडामेंटल राइट है उस औरत का कि सर आई शुड गो टू इंडिया? नो सर, इट्स नॉट अ फंडामेंटल राइट बिकॉज शी इज अ पाकिस्तान रेसिडेंट. एंड फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान टू इंडिया इट्स नॉट अ फंडामेंटल राइट. If Bajrangi Bhaijaan in that movie, Salman Khan, if he takes that girl to Pakistan, concept is good, movie was good, but the way was wrong. You can go तारों के नीचे से, wrong है ना, wrong है, because it is not your fundamental right. Your fundamental right is that you can travel anywhere in the territory of India. If you go beyond that without authority, it's not your fundamental right. And if someone asks you passport within the city, within the territory, it is not proper. They are doing wrong, right? तो इस सब बातें आपको ध्यान रखते हुए चलनी है, right? So anyways 15 मिनट हमने इस पे इन्वेस्ट कर लिए पूरे रिवीजन करते हुए. चलिए आज आगे बढ़ते हैं. राइट अगेंस्ट एक्सप्लॉइटेशन, राइट? राइट अगेंस्ट एक्सप्लॉइटेशन. तो आई टोल्ड यू दैट ऑल्सो बिगिनिंग में देयर आर टू आर्टिकल्स इन दिस 23 एंड 24. 23 टॉक्स अबाउट ट्रैफिक इन ह्यूमन बीइंग. याद है आपको बताया था मैंने, ट्रैफिक इन ह्यूमन बीइंग, ट्रैफिक इन ह्यूमन बीइंग, traffic in human beings, and 24 was child labor, right? So trafficking in human being, याद है आपको अच्छे से? I don't think there is anything to teach in this now. I'll obviously revise it, right? So there is an article 24 basically says no child of the age below 14 years shall be employed in any work in factory, mine or anything which has hazardous work. So it's called as child labor. So these are two things which are prohibited. It is covered under the category of exploitation, and that's why it is a word called as right against exploitation. So you have a right against. So if anyone is going under exploitation, if anyone is exploiting you, you have a right to raise your voice, right? So we have two rights in this again, 23, 24. Let's cover quickly. What was this traffic in human being? I told you traffic in human being. I hope you remember quickly. Traffic in human being, selling the men, female, women and children. 3 एग्जाम्पल लेता हूं मैं आपको. यहाँ पे नॉर्मल 3 लोगों को ट्रेड किया जाता है. मैन, फीमेल, मतलब मैन, वुमेन एंड चिल्ड्रन. मैन आर नॉर्मली ट्रेडेड. आपको सुना है आपने? यू हैव हर्ड अबाउट अ कॉन्सेप्ट कॉल्ड एज कबूतरबाज. कंसेप्ट था कबूतरबाजी. What is कबूतरबाजी? It means that have you seen so many movies जहाँ पे ये सीन दिखाते हैं कि एक बंदा होता है इंडिया में एक बंदा होता है, उसको बोलते हैं कि तुमको दुबई में अच्छा जॉब मिलेगा, तुमको दुबई में अच्छा जॉब मिलेगा, एंड दे टेक दैट पर्सन टू सऊदी अरब एंड ऑन अ फेक वीज़ा, फेक पासपोर्ट. वन वे एंट्री होती है वहाँ पे. यू कैन गो टू दैट कंट्री बट यू कैन नॉट रिटर्न टू दैट फ्रॉम दैट कंट्री. सो इट इज़ अ चीप लेबर. आदमियों को बेच देते हैं 15,000 में, 25,000 में, लाइक दिस. कितने मूवीज में आपने देखा होगा, यू हैव सीन इन सो मेनी मूवीज एग्जाम्पल दैट द मेन नॉर्मली, बिकॉज मेन आर फिजिकली स्ट्रांग फॉर वर्क, सो मेन आर बेसिकली सोल्ड टू द country, other country for trading and all, right? So this is the example of that category, right? If I tell you the example of let me see if I can take example. I'll show you some example. This example, I hope you can see this example.
It's an emergency, sir.
लड़की की चमक देखिए, लड़की में दमक देखिए. अरे भोलेपन की भी कोई कीमत होती है. तुझे तब जाके कहीं मेरे मर गया अब्बा मुझे हरामजादे.
Anyways, what was the scene purpose? I hope you remember this scene. Why I am showing you this example? I hope you understand the example. Why I am showing you that example? किसी पता है क्यों मैं दिखा रहा हूं एग्जाम्पल वाला? एनीवन कैन टेल मी व्हाट वाज द एग्जाम्पल? यस, एनीवन? This movie which I showed you, which example was that? That scene rather, not movie actually, the scene which I have shown you. Yes, Adesh, good. You have seen that movie. I guess many people have seen that movie. It's example of woman trafficking. What he was doing in that, the character of Rishi Kapoor, what he was doing is, he was having a girl beside him and he was trying to bid 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh. Why I am just showing you that example? Just to remember you the example, and this is a reality which happens. Not publicly, the example which has been shown in the movie was just to create a, imagination. But in reality, people don't sell like this. People sell privately, right? And they are basically used for prostitution, right? They have been sold to other countries. And this is a very, very bad example of human trafficking. If anyone do this, it's a fundamental right against that person, right? And the last one was child. Child example I gave you. Child was basically used for the, the concept of beggar. उनके हाथ काट दिए. The movie, best movie is Slumdog Millionaire. If you remember the movie Slumdog Millionaire, वहाँ पे तो कैसा होता है कि बच्चे के हाथ काट दिया, आंखें काट दी, आंखें निकाल दी, सॉरी, ठीक है. And the child are basically forced to go for beggar. So this is a concept of forced labor, human beings ko, right? So this is a concept of this example which I have showed you. So this is article number 23. Anyone who does 23 article is violation. So in that movie, Rishi Kapoor, if he does, will he go to the jail? Yes, sir. But sir, he is a private, he is not a state, doesn't matter. This explanation is not available only against state. It is available against every person, right? And same is 24, that is employment of children in the factories and etc. 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 means even you employ those people at your home. अगर आप उनको घर पे भी रखते हो, if you go to some ढाबा, जाते हो कभी ढाबे में जाते हो ना, रेस्टोरेंट में, वहाँ पे छोटू होता है जो चाय पानी देता रहता है आपको, तो ये सब लोग यहाँ पे भी कवर किए जाते हैं, राइट? तो these are the something which you need to understand. I give you the full screen to write it down quickly. And I hope you understood the example also which I have shared with you. Simple example which I have given to you, right? चलिए बढ़े आगे. Now these are 4 articles, 25 to 28. This is 25, 26, 27, 28. All basically about religion. Very interesting point. I hope you will understand this. Before this, anyone have any question? Please ask me, because I will move accordingly. अगर सब कुछ सही चल रहा है तो give me a thumbs up so that I will understand that सब कुछ सही चल रहा है. Perfect. चलो, let's go ahead then. Okay. Now what is that? Right to freedom of religion. Right to freedom of religion. Understand this word. Freedom of religion. Simple meaning of this word. What is meaning of freedom of religion? Freedom of religion. Any guess? Simple. Tushar Pade is Hindu. Can I adopt myself to be a Muslim? I can see Ilhan is there. So Ilhan can reply me. And can Ilhan, who is basically a Muslim, can he convert himself into Hindu? Is it possible? Right of religion. I am talking about conversion. Ilhan, yes. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. So what is the topic? Simple. There are three words if you can see. Free, profession, practice and propagation. Understand these three words. Profession, practice and propagate. Profess means apnana. If I want to convert myself from Hindu to Muslim, or Ilhan can convert himself from Muslim to Christian maybe. So that is called as dharma parivartan. First is called as profession. Profession, right? Second is practice. What is practice? Can I go to Muslim? Can I go to masjid? Can I go to church? Can I go to Gurudwara? Yes. Can Ilhan go to mandir, temple? Yes. It is called as practice. And third word is called propagate. What is propagate? जैसे मैं अभी सामने में lecture ले रहा हूँ. In front of me there are 17-18 people who are watching, and I am telling to everyone that please respect the Muslim people. Muslim people are best people in the country. बहुत अच्छे लोग होते हैं, निहायती अदब वाले लोग होते हैं, बिल्कुल अच्छे से अदब से बात करते हैं, बहुत बेहतरीन लोग होते हैं. तो मैं तारीफ कर रहा हूँ किसकी? मुस्लिम्स कम्युनिटी की. कैन आई प्रोपोगेट? कैन आई प्रोपोगेट मीन्स कैन आई व्हाट यू से, इसको हिंदी में बोल सकते हैं हम लोग कि क्या मैं आपको उकसाना नहीं बोलूंगा, क्या मैं आपको कन्विंस कर सकता हूँ? कैन आई कन्विंस यू टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट मुस्लिम रिलीजन और हिंदू रिलीजन और वॉट एवर, ऑल रिलीजन्स आर बेस्ट. सो बीइंग अ हिंदू, कैन आई प्रोपोगेट to be a Muslim? Yes. So I can first of all, I can profess, I can practice and I can propagate. 3 P's. 3 P. Profess, practice, propagate. I hope you can remember this. Profess, practice, propagate. I hope you understood this, and this is the right article number 25 gives you. Simple, right? Everyone whoever is watching the video, he or she can do this 3 P's. And if someone stops you or someone force you, इसमें दोनों आएंगे. Let's say if there are some people, if you have seen in Kerala, I guess Akshay belongs to South, right? Akshay belongs to South. From where, which kind of city you are, which state you are? I guess Kerala or I don't know. Akshay, I guess Bangalore. Akshay? If Akshay can reply, if he is watching. Akshay belongs to South, I guess, right? And yes, from Karnataka. But let's say if someone belongs to Kerala, I hope you remember in Kerala there are maximum number of people who are Christian, and there are so many news which comes from Kerala on regular basis that there are some people who force the people of Kerala to convert into this Christian, and let's say I stay in, or let's say Akshay stays in Kerala, and Akshay want to become Christian, it is his right. Akshay denies to become a Christian. He want to say, no, I want to be Hindu only. Can he deny? Can he fight a case? Can he complain to police station saying that, sir, there are people who are forcing me to convert to Christianity? So what I am trying to say, Akshay has a right to become Christian. Akshay has a right to deny Christianity. No one will force you. No one will stop you. I hope you understood these 2 words. When you want to become Muslim or Christian by yourself, no one will stop you. And if you don't want to convert, no one can force you. Simple. Simple is that. If you understand these 2 words, it is beautiful line. Article number 25 gives you this right. Right to 3 P's. First is profess, practice, propagate. Right. Second one, very simple answer. Freedom to manage religious affairs. What is religious affairs? I have used the example of this also. It is example of board of trustees. And I hope you remember the trustees example. I gave 2 examples. One of Ajmer Sharif ki dargah, and second one was Tirupati Balaji. Similarly, we have Shirdi Bhagwan. If someone is Jain here in our group, if someone is Jain here, they might be aware about the example of Shikharji. If someone is Punjabi here, if someone is Punjabi here, he or she might be aware about the Punjabi, jahan pe ki there is a concept of Hemkund Sahib. So Hemkund Sahib is a very religious instruction of Punjabi Sikh. For Jain, Shikharji is a very beautiful disciple. Hota Shikharji jab shayad Hetvi Pujara is a Jain, I guess. So Jain people knows that Shikharji ki value kya hai. Shikharji is a very important religious institution for those people. For Muslim, Hajj hai, Hajj yatra, Hajj, या फिर अजमेर शरीफ की दरगाह हो गई. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? एंड फॉर हिंदूज तो मालूम ही है फिर तिरुपति बालाजी भगवान, रिचेस्ट गॉड, या फिर एग्जाम्पल ऑफ शिरडी भगवान। आई स्टेज इन महाराष्ट्र, तो हमारे घर के पास, मतलब घर के पास नहीं, सॉरी, हमारे नागपुर के पास में शिरडी आता है, शेगांव आता है, लाइक दिस। सो वो वी कैन गो टू दैट रिलीजन, वहाँ पे बोर्ड ऑफ ट्रस्टीज होते हैं। सो कैन द बोर्ड ऑफ ट्रस्टीज हैव अ राइट टू मैनेज द अफेयर्स? यस। सो तिरुपति बालाजी का जो, इफ यू हैव सीन दैट टेम्पल, इट इज मेड ऑफ गोल्ड। हु डिसाइडेड दिस टू मेक इन गोल्ड? यस, जगन्नाथ यात्रा, वेरी गुड गरिमा, जगन्नाथ पुरी, जगन्नाथ यात्रा, वेरी ह्यूज religious disciple, Jagannath. So anyways, what I am trying to just say by this example, कि अब जो तिरुपति बालाजी भगवान है, तिरुपति बालाजी, the whole temple is made of gold. Who said to make in gold? भगवान, बालाजी भगवान. He came and he said gold से बनेगा. And all the people said नहीं नहीं सिल्वर से बने, लेकिन बालाजी भगवान बोले मेरा मंदिर है, it's my temple, let's make it in gold. ऐसा? Do you really think? No. It is decided by board of trustees. They sell the laddu. Everyone have heard about the prasad which is given in Tirupati Balaji Bhagwan. Very famous laddu. That laddu, the size of the laddu, the quality, the price, everything. Who decides? Balaji Bhagwan? No. The trustees. The board managing affairs. So they sell the movable things, immovable things. They acquire things. Everything they do it. And it is done by what? It is done by the people who are managing that affairs. So it's the right also to do that, right? So this is point number 2, say article number 26, right to manage religious affairs. Religious affairs. I hope you understand the affairs. आरती कब होगी, है ना? आरती कब होगी, भंडारा जो होता है ना, लंगर, खाना मिलता है फ्री में, वो कब मिलेगा, उसमें क्या होगा, every damn thing will be decided by the board of trustees, the people who manages that affairs, right? वो वहाँ पे कवर किया जाएगा. Very simple point. Very simple point. If you can read this point, meanwhile I'll take you something to the example. Let me see if I can take the example of this movie.
फिक्र के बाद ने फैसला किया.
Yes.
हुजूर आली दिमाग आलम पना ने बहुत खूब सोचा है. मुआफी तलब करके हम कुछ अर्ज करने की इजाजत चाहेंगे.
इजाजत है.
ये कैसी बेइंसाफी है? आज आप हमें भूल गए. हम भी मुगलिया सल्तनत के दरबार के सुतून हैं. इस मुगलिया हुकूमत की बुनियादों में एक एक ईंट की जगह हमने अपने सरों को लगाया है. हम जहां बना के सलाहकार भी हैं. बड़ा ही ताज्जुब का अजीब फैसला है ये. इसे लेने से पहले हमसे सलाह मशवरा क्यों नहीं किया गया?
हमने जरूरत नहीं समझी मौलाना मोहतरम सादर अदासी साहब. महसूल लगाना या खत्म करना हुकूमत की दूरंदेशी पर है, ताजो तख्त की मर्जी पर है. हम इस्लाम के खिलाफ कोई कदम नहीं उठा रहे. यह फैसला एक हुकूमती फैसला है, मजहबी नहीं.
अगर यह हुकूमती फैसला है तो क्या मोहतरम वज़ीर खजाना टोडरमल साहब शाही खजाने के बारे में कुछ नहीं कहेंगे?
जहां पना, इस फैसले का असर शाही खजाने पर तो पड़ेगा ही.
शाही खजाना. हम जानना चाहेंगे कि यह शाही खजाना है क्या. क्या है यह खजाना? हम मुगल कोई अफगान या दूसरे गैर मुल्कों की तरह लुटेरे नहीं हैं जो हिंदुस्तान की दौलत को लूट ले. ये उनका मजहब देखे बगैर सीने से लगाना है. सिक्का गिरने पर आवाज होती है, उठाते वक्त नहीं.
आपसे गुजारिश है, जज्बाती होकर गैर दानिशमंदाना फैसले मत कीजिए.
I hope you understood the example. What's the example in this scene? What was the example? I hope you understood. Yeah. Tell me, what was the basic motto of this scene of 2-3 minutes which I have showed to you? ये जो मैं आपको सीन दिखाया जोधा अकबर मूवी का, ये सीन का पर्पस क्या है? Anyone? ये सीन का पर्पस क्या है? What was the example of this? And because we are going to understand article number 27, what I am trying to show by this example, ये सीन से क्या साबित करना था मुझे? Yes. I don't say like this. मुझे नहीं तो फिर मेरा ऐसा लगेगा मेरा टाइम वेस्ट हो गया इतना सब दिखाने के बाद. If you do not reply or if you do not understood the scene, then what is the purpose of this to show? No, Garima. Promotion of any particular religion. Okay, there was example claim tax. Yes, Adesh Atharde, very good Adesh. It was example of claiming tax. If you have seen that movie, there was a character of Hrithik Roshan who played the character of Akbar, and he goes before this scene to the different location. एक आम आदमी बन के जाता है, आम आदमी बन के, and he take the opinion from the people, and everyone says that our जो हमारा राजा है, the king of the this location, Akbar, he is a cruel person. He takes tax on, actually not tax is okay, tax on religious. The main point is payment of taxes for promotion of any particular religion. The main problem is taxes is okay. Do we have GST? Yes, we have GST. We have luxury tax. We have all these things. Problem is not tax. Problem is tax on religion. So if you are going to Hajj Yatra, if you are going to Vaishno Devi, will you be charged as a tax? If you go to Goa, will they charge you tax? Yes, because Goa is a luxury. If you are going to Kerala, Manali, Munnar, if you go to Himachal, Manali, if you are going to Northeast, Sikkim, if you are going to Darjeeling, if you are going to all the cities rather, will you be given luxury tax? Yes, sir, because you are going for a holiday, enjoyment. Goa is the best example to have a luxury tax. You need to pay because you are going for Aishwaram, enjoyment. But if someone is going for Hajj Yatra or Shikharji or Hemkund Sahib or Vaishno Devi, or for that matter for his religious institution, will you ask to pay the taxes on that? No, sir. It is crime. It is crime to ask for taxes if someone goes for a religious thing. So taxes on Hajj Yatra, taxes on the example of this religion, not Hajj actually, anything, Muslim or Hindu or whatever. If you ask for the taxes on this example, it's a crime. It's a crime. So I hope understood. And lastly, freedom as to the attendance at religious instruction or religious worship. Simple answer. Attendance. I told you na. If you want to attend that program, you can attend. If you don't want to attend, you can skip that. So let's say in your locality or in your college, in your school, they are celebrating Eid. Let's say, and you are a Hindu and you don't want to celebrate Eid. Can you skip that? Yes, sir. Can you attend that? Yes, sir. No one will force you, because Eid is something which is for Muslim. Hindu do not celebrate it. It doesn't mean Hindu will not appreciate that. Hindu need to appreciate that. And same vice versa for Diwali, which is of Hindus. And Muslim doesn't celebrate Diwali. But these days, because they are just Muslim, but they stay in India and they are Hindu, not Hindu actually, we all are together. So they also celebrate. They also enjoy with us Diwali, Dashara, everything. So what I'm trying to say, we all stay together, not an issue that. So if we are having Diwali or we are having, let's say, Ganesh Puja in the college or in a school, and there's a Ganesh idol which has been set up for 10 days. आपको पता है गणेश की मूर्ति बैठाते 10 दिन के लिए. If that has been set up and all, let's say that has been set up and all. So can these people, the people like Muslim or Christian, will they be forced to attend that Aarti and all? No, sir. Will the Hindus be forced to attend the Eid celebration? No, sir. Anyone understand this line completely? Freedom as to attendance at religious instruction or religious worship and in certain educational institution. That's why I'm using every time college, school, everything. No one will be forced. If anyone want to attend, they can. If they want to skip, they can. Simple answer. Simple answer, right? So this was all about this. So we have covered these two things, 23, 24 today, and now 25 to 20. 25, 3 P's, profess, practice, propagate. Right? Without saying, just try to revise it quickly. 23 was human trafficking. 24 was child labor. Just remember these two words, because anyhow you are in this CSET, you are basically asked questions on MCQ, right? And if I show you the questions which basically comes to the exam, you can see like this. Like this, they ask you the question, right? Right to life. Right to life. Which article? Article number 21 is what? So it's a fundamental right. Simple, like this. Now remaining things we are going to study and all. So अभी आपको मालूम आंसर नहीं आएगा, बाकी सब कुछ पूछा नहीं है अभी तक के. Anyways, so this is how they will ask you the questions, and I have also made some MCQs for you. So I will share with you, right? Right, guys? So this is all about today. So we have covered the 2-3 types of articles today. 25 was the right to profess, practice and propagate. We discussed this also. Then 26 was, I told you, manage the religious affairs. I taught you this also. Then 27, I told you the example of right to receive taxes, and no one will charge the taxes on religious instruction. And 28 was basically nothing but, 28 was basically that a person is not forced to attend the religious worship and all this thing in the what? Educational institute, in your colleges, in your school and everything. Right. So this was all about this topic. Let me just tell you this also, because it's a single article, 32 number, and it's nothing. If anyone violates your article, this all articles, this 21 was right to education. Okay. Then what was 23? 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and lastly we will cover 32. So what was 23? Quickly. 23 was human traffic. 24 was child labor. 25 to 28 was religion. In that, what religion? First was, if you remember, 3 P's. Remember 3 P's. Any person can profess. First was profess, practice, propagate. Right. Second one was the manage religious affairs. No tax on religious denomination, and last one was no pressure on religious worship. Right. These are all the examples of that. And 32 is basically nothing but a constitutional remedy. Now I request you to kindly take a photograph of this. I will make it full screen for you. Just take a photograph so that you can keep on the record, right? Under one page you have all the types of articles, all the types of rights, and you can remember also, and आपको याद भी हो गया होगा ये, ठीक है ना? Constitutional remedy. Last one. These all are nothing but what? Fundamental rights. Perfect. I hope you will remember it for forever, because if someone asks you article number 23 specifies, so you need to remember what was 23, what was 21, what was 19. Fine. Should we go ahead then? Right. So what was the last point? Article number 32, that is basically right to constitutional remedy. And what is that basically? I told you again, if I taught you all this thing, whatever we have discussed till now, if anyone violates your all these rights, you have a right to appeal to the Supreme Court. That is called as constitutional remedy. And for that we have a Latin word also which says ubi jus ibi remedium. Ubi jus ibi remedium. Ubi jus ibi remedium. Where there is a right, there should be a remedy. One more time. Where there is a right, there should be a remedy. Without remedy, right is useless. If I say you will not file a case on us, if Tushar sir doesn't teach you better, you can file a case on us. Then tell me what's the value of joining this class then? If you have a right to, if you do not have a right to file a suit on us, if you do not have a right to file a case on us, then why should we teach actually then? We will just take fees from you and we should say we will not teach you, or we should say anything to you. कुछ भी पढ़ा दे टाइम पास के लिए, क्या कर लोगे आप? Because you don't have a right to file a legal case. If you do not have a right to file a case, what is the value of that right? That's why the topic is very simple. Ubi jus ibi remedium. Latin word है ubi jus ibi remedium, which goes with that where there is a right, there is a remedy. जहाँ right होता है वहाँ remedy होना अनिवार्य है, compulsory है. Where there should be a right, there should be a remedy. Again I will repeat, without remedy, that right is useless. I hope you understood this. Without right, without remedy, right is useless. बिना कोई मतलब ही नहीं, आप केस क्या करोगे, क्या करके जीतोगे, कुछ नहीं कर पाओगे, right? That is the meaning of this word, and you can directly, Article 32 gives a person to directly file a case in Supreme Court, because anyhow the person has been frustrated. उसके साथ क्या हुआ, हमेशा से बुरा हुआ है, उसको छोटे लेवल पे भी परेशानी हुई है, नीचे के लोगों ने उसको परेशान किया है. Everyone has frustrated that person. Now we ask him to go and file a case in the lower court, then the high court, and the high court, and then high court, and then Supreme Court. So it will take time. It will take 20 years. So law बोलता है sir, whenever a person has been violated with the fundamental right, he can directly file a case in Supreme Court. Directly to Supreme Court. And for that we will have to understand 5 writs, which we will cover tomorrow. The 5 writs is, first is called as habeas corpus. Habeas corpus. Second one is mandamus. Third one is prohibition. The fourth one is quo warranto. Do not understand, do not panic, you will not understand right now. Just wait for today and we will study tomorrow. I will give you the task. I want you to revise it. We will discuss tomorrow, right? Habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, quo warranto, and the fifth one is certiorari. 5 things are there which has been given in your syllabus also. If you can see, if you come here, let me show you. Right, in the last pages you will understand everything is there. Habeas corpus, the whole paragraph you can see. Habeas corpus, second one is mandamus, third one is prohibition, certiorari, and the fifth one is quo warranto. These are the 5 examples which has been given. So I will teach you that tomorrow also, but I give you the task that before coming tomorrow to the class, please revise this. So that whenever I will teach you, it will be very easy to understand on your behalf, right? So we will cover tomorrow this 5 writs, right? That is called as the habeas corpus, mandamus, certiorari, prohibition, and quo warranto, right guys? So we will end today here. We'll see you tomorrow again, and perfectly will understand all the concepts, right guys? Chalo, enjoy then, पढ़ाई करो अच्छे से. We have almost covered the topic today, and we have understood all the types of rights under this provision. Ubi jus, ibi remedium. I hope you understood this meaning also, everything we have covered. Ready guys? Fine then. Bye bye, take care, love you guys, and see you tomorrow again 8 a.m. sharp. From tomorrow I will be taking 8 a.m. sharp, and it will be continuing like this only, right? Perfect. I hope you are liking this, enjoying the sessions, enjoying the examples of the movies, example of the things, everything, and I am doing justice with the content and the topic, right? So till now we have done with the 9 sessions, 8 or 9 session I guess. Yeah. Thank you very much guys. Bye bye. Take care and love you. Bye bye.